Ladies and gents and weasels and worms and people of all species around the world, it is I, Mr. Techman1000, here to bring you some more Call of Duty content with the MP7. MP7's been really good lately. I don't know what it is. It's been a really good gun lately. I don't know what it is about this weapon, what's been making me so much better with it, or did they buff this gun secretly? I don't know. But this gun feels like it's a bit better for some reason. I don't know. Never put rapid fire on this gun though. I've learned that whenever you use a rapid fire SMG, you always end up getting killed by another rapid fire SMG. So what you're going to want to do is just use extended mags usually, unless you're using the UMP, and I suggest use extended mags rapid fire for that, but that's the only other case I would allow it. But this is a dope, actually a triple MOAB fail. There was a host migration, so unfortunately the triple, wasn't. It's more of a triple double, and it's a whole bunch of fails in this. Okay, I could have got the triple, got on the specialist bonus one time, and the guy shot me like once. I was around the corner already. He shot me once. I wasn't red. I wasn't any of that. He shot me once, and then I was just out, which I was extremely pissed off about. So I got mad at that. That was the first mode fail, and then the second MOAB fail was at the end of the gameplay, and I think there was a guy sitting in a corner that kills me. So it's just a lot of stuff that just prevents me from getting a lot of MOABs in this game. If I had a full team of support running for me, I probably would have got the triple or something like that. But I'm trying to go for solo doubles and triples. I know the triple is possible for me to get it solo. It's a lot harder trying to get a triple MOAB solo because there's so many things you have to factor in. You gotta have ass dudes, okay? You gotta have people that suck. Next up, you have to have a half decent team at least that knows how to cap flags, so you don't have to hop on a flag every 4 seconds. Then after that, you gotta have what, at least in my opinion, what I would consider standard to good, like if you got teammates that can actually shoot people from time to time, and you gotta of course have your own gun skill as well. No one's gonna get the MOAB for you, so I recommend you do those things. You should be successful trying to get multiple MOAB solo, and it shouldn't be that hard. I mean, it is hard, but it's not that hard. I am playing with like 1 or 2 people this match, and I think we were playing my other guy that's playing with me. He was also could have had a double MOAB. He went on like 2 16 and 17 gun streaks, and he just couldn't pull through. And I know how it feels. I obviously couldn't pull through for the last part. I thought I was gonna die right there, but I managed to pull it back. But let me just talk about a couple things real quick. First things first. People who suck in this game. Okay. I have nothing but respect for people who admit that they suck in Call of Duty. Nothing but respect. Because to admit that, you're just saying this game isn't really that important anyway. I never really thought it was that important. I never thought Halo was that important, Battlefield was that important. Never thought any of those games were that important. They're just video games. But the one thing I hate is pride. And when people can't admit, okay, I do suck in this game, it's not the game's fault. It's maybe it's me. A lot of people won't admit that. This game has a lot of problems, don't get me wrong. There have been moments where I said, I'm just going to stop completely playing this game. There have been moments like that. But at the end of the day, that's because I was having, me personally, that's because I was having a crappy session. That's not because this game is just complete butt. I mean, this game is pretty bad, don't get me wrong. It's got a lot of stuff that can be worked on. But like I said before, this game as a whole is built solidly. I give this game like a 7, maybe 8 out of 10. There's a lot of things that can be fixed, but as I said, at the end of the day, it's still up to you. A lot of people won't admit, okay, yeah, maybe I could, improve here, do this here. No. They just gotta blame the game for everything. They gotta say, okay, it's the game's fault 130%. It's nothing's my fault in this game, and that's how I used to be when I first started playing Call of Duty. A lot of COD pride, and it's pretty funny how it worked out that way. Because people were just like, they will never admit they're wrong. They will never admit that they're, horrible players, which, in my opinion, doesn't really matter. You can do whatever you want to do. But if you're horrible, just say so. Don't blame the game every 2 seconds. I know people, play with people, and playing with people that will never, ever, ever admit that they suck. I tell them all the time, dude, maybe it's you, man. Maybe you just need to chill out. Maybe you need to develop more in this area of your skill. That way you can do better and stop blaming the game. but they never take responsibility for their own mistakes. Never, ever, ever, ever. And that's one thing that really angers me, because I'm just like, okay, man, I know what you're talking about. You're getting BS sometimes, but if you're going consistently, you're barely going positive. You're barely pulling even, and you're barely pulling even, and you're barely going positive. Then that's not the game. That's usually you. I know the game BS's you a lot, but the game is, you know, for the most part, you can generally tell, okay, if it's the game's fault or if it's your fault. Now, there are those special cases where, okay, you'll get BS, you'll get shot around the corner. When you're one off the MOAB, you'll get, you know, completely BS'd a couple times. I mean, it comes with the game, alright? It's that way in Battlefield, it's that way in Halo. You know, you get BS sometimes out of kills that you're not supposed to get. But, like I said, I have a lot more respect for someone who can at least admit that they suck, as opposed to some people that just think, okay, it's always the game's fault. I mean, that just, in my opinion, just makes me a bit angry. Because I'm just like, this game isn't that bad to where you should be putting all the blame on the game. Like, some blame, yeah, some should be put on the game, but if you suck, you suck. That's not the game's fault, that's you. Admit it and stop blaming the game. People will never do that, though. I don't know why. I don't know if it's a deficiency of some sort. I don't know what's going on, but people just refuse to admit their own mistakes. They want to, you know, bring up the faults of everyone else before their own. In which case, if I'm pulling my own weight, because I do this a lot, if I'm pulling my own weight, my teammates aren't doing diddly squat, they aren't doing anything in the game, then I'm going to be pretty pissed at my team. I'm going to be like, dudes, pull it back. Can you do this? Can you do that? But no one ever does anything like that. No one ever helps me out. No one ever tries to, you know, help me on flags. Like, when I'm playing, I play for the win mainly. Most of the time, I play for the win. So when I see people that are going negative and they're still not capping flags, then I get really pissed, because I'm like, what are you doing? These dudes are just, I don't know what the problem is. And then you see this guy killing me in the corner, and I would think I was like 1 or 2 off the MOAB right there, but it would have been a double MOAB. Of course, it's a double MOAB fail, guys. Thank you guys for watching, and hope you enjoyed listening to my rant. I'll see you guys next time. I forget what the final score is, but I'll put it in the title. Thanks for watching.